Guys, and welcome back to Let's Talk About It 803. I'm here today with the beautiful Demeca Evans in the building.
Hey, love. I guess I should have had a Wi-Fi experience next to it, but yes.
Tell everybody who you are, and then they'll know why.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey. So it's Demeca Evans, aka Miss Vibe High, with the Vibe High experience, speaker, author, and coach to the message, know yourself, accept yourself, and be the best version of yourself.
Now, can you tell the people how did you get started with this? How did this come about? Vibe High. Please tell everybody.
Honey, my story is I meant to have my book here for you guys. My story is really deep. So I say it comes from being divorced, depressed, and drunk. And that's where I found myself.
All right.
I was on the floor, throwing up, drunk, depressed, and divorced. And I was by myself and I had to start my life all over.
Right.
And Vibe High is deeper than what people know. And this year, anybody who gets to interview with me is getting all the true
That's
authentic
right.
story because a lot of people think Vibe High is just about being positive, being motivational, and the vibe is coming from the word vibration,
Mm.
and it's really me understanding that I am a vibrational existence in this world. We are
Right.
vibrating all the time.
Right.
In order to elevate, you have to have high vibrations. So I put vibe high. I needed to get up. You understand? And
Right.
I had to
Absolutely.
find out who I was, right? And this
Mm-hmm.
is and just to be authentic with you, you the first interview that get this part, right? I was getting out of religion. That's
Mm.
the truth, okay? I'm
Okay.
talking about story on my show this season, but I was getting out of religion and it was scary. And I had to
Wow.
find out who I was because like, what are you talking about? When I was
Right.
just on my research. And that's when I found out I'm a vibrational existence, right? And that's my connection with God. So
Okay.
how I vibrate, how I,
Mm-hmm.
which means alignment, right? Being in alignment. So how I am in alignment to what God is what vibe high is. When you're in alignment to what God is, that's how you can be the best version of yourself, right? So that's
Right.
the end of it. But knowing yourself and really knowing who you are for real. And that's really, I don't care what your religion is, what your spiritual background is, whatever that is, you have to know yourself, not everybody else. You
That's
got to
good.
know yourself. But
Yes.
then you have to accept yourself,
Mm.
flaws and all, where you are right there. You have to accept yourself. Sorry about the dog. And then you have to be the best version of that person that you have
Mm.
known, accepted, and now who you're going to be. But you got to be the best version of yourself, you know? And that is to me the formula of being in alignment to what God is and how I get to live this great, amazing life that I live.
It's beautiful.
Hmm.
Let's talk about the youth. How do you get involved with the youth?
Oh, well, my story starts my my journey. I'm going to say starts when I was 14. I was interned into foster care. Um, I'm I was my environment was drugs and violence.
Mm-hmm.
So we were taken from the home, and on that ride, I decided I wanted to write a book to help other kids my age at that time get. That was the drug pandemic, is what I want to call it, right? That's when
Mm-hmm.
crack, cocaine entered into our
Yeah.
neighborhoods and destroyed many families, and we were a victim of that, right? So
Mm.
because that was all that was around us, crack babies, my friends, brothers and sisters is crack babies and shit, just everything that I experienced, I literally experienced so much. I grew up in the hood, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like in the
Yeah.
hood. And I knew nothing about that because I was sheltered. But
Right.
when we moved to a certain side of our town, I was exposed to some other things that I was very oblivious about. But anyways, when we got taken away from the home, that ride in the car, I remember saying I'm going to write a book and I want to help kids know that we can make it through this. So I already had a perseverance mind set. I did. I went to after school programs and stuff. So I always knew that I wanted to be. I already knew who I wanted to be when I was
Right.
like 12. I remember
Right.
I had this one auntie. I was like, I'm gonna be just like that. I wanted to have stuff. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
I never thought about, oh, you can make money off of a book or anything. That my book was, and that's why it's a self-guided book, because the book was to help people know that we can make it through. But the grateful thing about it is when I end up writing a book, it helped youth and adults.
Mhm.
So my passion was 14, the young adults, 14 through 24, because that's where when your eyes open to me, when you start
Yes.
seeing life and seeing how it's affecting you.
Right.
So I needed to impact those babies, because hey, I don't care what your mother and father got going on. Hey, I don't care what you think is going on around you. I don't care what your peers are doing. At heart, we know who we are. When I was 5, I knew I was going to be a media. So I used to practice being a news caster when I was 5 years old and 7.
No,
And
that's right.
I made
Yes.
everybody sit down. Okay, we had the little, remember the big cans of popcorn we used to get for Christmas, girl? Those was the chairs, and those big yellow play school chairs. Girl, we made a little, listen, I was the listen, we played it. So I knew I was gonna be this, right? So because I knew that when I was young, and
Mm-hmm.
now I'm grown and I am doing all those things that I was wanting to do when I was
Right.
about a kid, because I was like at heart, like, why can't I do it? Them kids on TV doing it. I didn't
Mhm.
understand.
Right.
That vibration was going out into the universe is what I didn't know. So
Mm.
it's all happening now. But so now that I know that, oh baby, let me tell these kids, because yes, I know how to shift the mindset. But now
Mm.
I want y'all to know I did it, guys. Like, if you do what your heart beat to, listen, do
Listen.
that. It's gonna look weird to some other people,
Yeah.
because
Okay.
vibe high is weird to people. To be honest, like, if when I talk, like like, when I talk deeply about what vibe high is, it scares.
Hmm.
It does,
Wow.
because it's not just about this positive, oh, motivational. No, this is a way of life.
Right.
Like, I live this life. I have
Right.
to consciously stay in alignment to what God is, to know that I can have whatever I want. And because I want everything that I want, and don't get me wrong, I can't get, because I'm still human. So it's still things that I know that's there that I haven't touched yet, because I
Right.
gotta still keep myself in alignment, right? And sometimes I want
Exactly.
to cut somebody out. Sometimes
Hmm.
I want to do some things that is not in
Right.
my life. And I'm like, well, I still want to do that anyways. That look fun. So that's gonna take me a couple steps back, and I'm conscious and I'm aware of that. You know what I
Right.
mean? But this is a
Absolutely.
it's a daily thing. Getting up in the morning, literally when I wake up, I gotta make sure I control my thoughts. As soon as I wake up, I gotta make sure, because we can't help but to think about yesterday or whatever be on your mind. So when I wake up, I gotta immediately affirm.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have a wall next to my bed with all these little blue sticky notes. I like ratchet. It's not ratchet. I like the ghetto stuff. I like sticky notes on my walls, not the all pretty little whatever they be making now. Nope. I got a sticky note pad on the side of my bed with a pen, and when I think of an affirmation, I'd be like, "Ooh, yup," and I stick it on there, girl.
Stick
I
it
love
right
it. I
there.
put a piece of tape on there if it fall down, because there's energy on that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't
I
need
get it.
I need
I
the
love
real
that.
raw, the stuff. You know what I mean? That get you out the mud. You understand what I'm saying? So I immediately affirm, and then
Yeah.
I immediately give gratitude,
Hmm.
and I immediately affirm my day, and then I meditate, and I watch my motivation video. That's my regimen every morning. That's the formula I got to do before I talk to people on the phone, and everybody know that. They know
Yeah.
if they call me and I be like, "Hey, girl, let me call you back." They know I got to do that first. And
Right.
it's crazy because my friends do it. Sometimes if I call my friends, because they know I lost my mother, as you know, so sometimes I have bad mornings, and I'll call one of my friends and they playing meditation music in the background, because they picked up the vibe. Yeah, let's
See?
for the
Yeah.
energy good. She about to call with some stuff, and I want to make sure this energy space is good because I don't like dumping, just like I don't want anybody dumping on me. But I need you to
Exactly.
right now, friend. But I need you to know how to
Exactly.
protect yourself from this energy that I got
Yes.
with me right now too. You know what I mean?
Right. That's good. So we talked about the youth. We talked about how you got started with Vibe High. Now let's talk about how the music came into
Girl,
place.
That's weird because I don't know what God doing with me with that. I'm being honest with you. I
Right.
don't know, but I'm just being obedient, right? But I'm a motivational speaker at heart.
Right.
Simone, stop it. I'm sorry to put that on your podcast.
It's okay.
Um, but because I had my show, which we're in season 4 now, and it's in Atlanta, I'm really excited. But when I was doing my show, I did it in different ways. I had radio show, I had podcasts, and I did talk shows the last 2 seasons. But when I did my radio show, I was a radio personality with the Vibe High experience. So I was
Mhm.
doing this kind of content about Vibe High on the radio
Right.
live, though, right? I was the personality. And I asked artists, I'm lying to you. Let me back it up. I just really lied to you. That's how I got deep in there on my own. It started with me being a motivational speaker, me and my business partner back home in New York, and
Right.
her and I doing these events. And one day we did a talent show.
Mhm.
I wanted talent, like juggling, riding a bike on the 2 wheels type stuff. But the talent that came to us, and that ain't, I don't, that's what God wanted to do. The talent
Mhm.
that came to us was artists, music artists, rappers, and R&B singers and stuff, right? So we literally closed down a big MLK Park back in Buffalo. We closed it. We had the park, and we did like 40 vendors, and we had the city stage, and we did this talent show, and they was winning a showcase to come here in Atlanta because we've been trying to connect with Atlanta for some time,
Right.
and everybody was excited. Like New York loves Atlanta, as we know. But anyways, New York loves Atlanta. New York loves Atlanta. I just want to say that 3 times. But but anyway, so
Right.
they were like excited to go there. I ended up catching COVID, so we had to cancel the show.
Yeah.
Fast
Mhm.
forward, I'm the owner. I'm a co-owner of the 716 Music Awards. So
Right.
our next event was my business partner was like, Demeca, let's do a award show. Our
Hmm.
award show kind of blew up, and we started being in the music industry because I have to know music artists now because I wanna I gotta know if you good enough to get the trophy and stuff, so I had to dig, which made me
Right.
start falling in love with my local artists because that wasn't where I was at. I started falling in love because I'm in love with a good story, right? So my
Yes.
favorite genre was new artists. I love the new artists. I always gave away that award every year at the music awards because the people that are new artists are speaking from their heart and they're telling their truth versus when they get into the industry and somebody say you need to be like this because that's what the people want to hear, right?
Right.
Don't do
Right.
stay the heart.
Right.
I tell any artist
Hmm.
stay the heart who you are because you God put that on you for a reason.
Exactly.
Your voice is used as a tool. That's what we got to know. It's not for
Yeah.
getting rich. It's to be a tool. God
Hmm.
got you on the way. Side note, right? But
Right.
now, I started my so because of the music awards, I was asked to do a radio show on a network 716 Live, which is I love them. It's Jay Heat, shout out. Because Jay Heat was one of the people that helped Vibe High get to where Vibe High is. But um, I got on there and I asked artists to send me their music to play on my show. And girl, they started wanting to be on the show. And before you know, an artist is getting on my show and they love the content. People want to be great.
They do.
People
Yes, they do.
want to be great in any kind of form
Yes.
of content that they can get to be great. They want it.
Yes. They
So
want.
I'm talking about abandonment issues on my show. Artists is tapping into that. Artists is tapping into domestic violence. Artists is tapping into all. When I say the stories was deep, so I started interviewing local artists
See.
and business owners and stuff like that. But I was getting a lot of local artists because now I made a whole radio show about them. So now instead of being on once a week, I was on every day. So I got artists coming into the studio. I wanted to make sure I did video countdowns for them.
That's
And then
big.
being in the music awards and being on that being a part of that network, we did
Yeah.
showcases and things like that. So now I have my own artist. Shout out to Big Izanagi. That's my artist now, and I'ma always just have a part of my heart in the music industry. So even with my new show, I have local artists performing. Shout out to Bluff City. That's Jacquees artist. He's gonna be the first performer on my show.
Wow.
So
Awesome.
and I'm listening to their music, and I'm like, oh my god, like I love the artists that don't want to be the clout art. Like they actually got something to really talk about. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
So I'm excited about that. So even on this show, girl, every show is gonna have two performers because I want them on my platform because I
Mm,
want them. I want the world to see them just like they seeing this content, whatever I.
absolutely.
That's how I got in there, girl. And I be asking God all the time, what do a motivational speaker, author, and a coach have to do with music? But I,
Right.
I do ask this daily, but I do know that it's going to connect.
Mm.
I don't know what it is, but I'm staying obedient and I'm following the steps. And however that connects is going to do. And then one day we're going to remember that I had this interview and we're going to be like, oh my God, that's what it is. I
Exactly.
heard
Exactly. Girl, everything happens for a reason in this timing as well.
it.
So,
Yes.
Demeca, thank you
Yes.
so much.
Oh, no problem.
You.
I wanted to have my book for you guys, and it's not in my space. Let me see. Yes, it is. Nope, I'm lying.
I watched the show.
I have my book because it's the 5 year anniversary. Oh, I do have it. Thank you.
Yes,
Okay. So, if I may, do I have a moment?
absolutely.
Okay. I don't want to go past time, but the Vibe High Guide to Living a Happy and Successful Life is like my heartbeat, right? It's a very itty bitty book. And it's because we all got ADHD. We're not gonna lie. Some of us love to read long books. I don't have the time anymore.
Right.
So I wanted to be honest with me and the audience. Like, guys, let's just know what, because sometimes we just need to know what gotta happen, right?
Hmm.
Um, but there is a 2.0 coming to this. However, we are celebrating this month 5 years of the Vibe High Guide of Living and Having a Happy and Successful Life. This book is available on Amazon. You can do a Kindle read, and it's also available on my website, www.thevibehighexperience.com. Listen, it's a very good book. It's a good read. In the beginning, it just gives a lot of details about what we think about ourselves, what we think others think about us, how we react to what other people think about us, and how we gonna shift how we gonna think about ourselves, because when you feel good, you gonna have a good life.
Hmm.
Literally are putting out good and great vibrations. And what we got to understand, and I don't care what the religion is and whatever God is to you, it is a higher vibration than where we are right now. That's what you got to know. We always look up. Everybody looks up to whatever it is that we are connecting to.
Right.
So to get up, you have to have high vibrations. There is no way. Please understand that you cannot go up if you want to stay right here, and understand that that is a choice to stay there. Nothing. People be like, "Oh, the devil got a hold on me," or whatever we want to say. Those terms that we use,
Hmm.
it's you. You still are in control of you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you are in control of you. So
Yeah.
you got to make the choice. And I got to do it every day.
Right.
It was a
That's
tough,
it.
you taught me. And I'm like, girl, today was a rough one, right? But you see, I
You
showed up, right? I chose.
did.
This is not, if you would have FaceTime me when you called me an hour and a half ago, this is not how I looked, okay? Girl, I look like the Cookie Monster. And I chose to get up and show up for
Yes, you
this,
did.
for you. And
Yes.
you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we got to understand that no matter what, is a choice every day to be
Every day.
great. And
Yes.
why not choose great?
Right.
Girl, I choose great. So yeah, follow me, the Vibe High Experience, on all platforms. Miss Vibe High, all platforms.
Listen, what about t-shirts, the clothing? Because I don't even know
That,
how we end up wearing the same
let's
shirt
talk about the
today.
brand real quick. I'll push that in there real fast. I did.
Yes.
I had to put my website down for a moment, but merch is still available. I still have it here, and I am going to actually be in the flea market around here because I got to get rid of all this stuff. But the merch came because I had my best friend who is no longer here. Rest in peace. I love you so much. Um, Before she died, and actually she stayed on the phone with me during COVID and made me write this book She did this with me. Every day she would FaceTime me, hey, what you doing? And I would be at this laptop and I'd be typing, and she died right before it finished. Well, she died right before the completion. She stayed on the phone before all the content inside, but for she didn't get to see all of this happen. But I made sure to do it really right after. But the short version of this is she had trouble loving herself.
Mm.
And we both were in these marriages and that were long. I was married for 16 years. She was way before me, with her man. And you sometimes you lose yourself. That's why this book is really good for a lot of people over the age of 40, because we're re-entering life. Our kids are grown. We're trying to
Yes.
figure out life. So that's tough, right? And
Right.
when kids get grown, now you figuring out who is going to give me that, especially if you got divorced, right? And we have both
Exactly.
left our husbands. So I'm telling her, like, girl, I am in love with myself. I can't explain it. Like, I got this big king size bed. I sleep in it by myself. I ain't worrying about who's in it and who's not in it. I just don't. But if somebody's in it, they in it. But I don't. It doesn't move me, And she was just having trouble. She was like, "How?" And we're Aries, so we're very stubborn. Like, we think we know everything. I'm
Mhm.
gonna say it, right. And she's just like me. So I had to put it on Facebook. So I put a post on Facebook because she stayed on social media. And I put, sis, you are phenomenal. Vibe high, because that was the study of me learning that we're vibrations. And I always was like, okay, I gotta stay with high vibrations. None of this was existing. None of this. It was just a message. And I would then she loved it. I was like, yes. So then every day I would put something different. Sis, you are phenomenal. Sis, you are amazing. Sis, you got this. All these different sis statements. And all these women started texting me and DMing me and inboxing me like, oh my God, thank you so much. You have no idea how this is helping me for today.
See?
And
Mm-hmm.
then I said, ooh, I'll put them on t-shirts, which that's a story how that had to happen, because I ain't have nothing, girl. I had like $276, and it was a lot of bills in front of me, and I was in my driveway crying, and I affirmed that I was never going to be broke again. I said it 100 times. Long story short, an investor came into my path that morning and said, I got this money I'm trying to invest. I'm like, oh my God, invest in me, please. And we started the t-shirt line, but we was not. So with the t-shirt line, when it launched, right, I was putting those messages on there. And I
Right.
was on the back because I was always thinking, if I was in a grocery store, if I'm somewhere walking and somebody's
Mhm.
having a bad day and they read the back of my shirt, I wanted to
Right.
encourage them. So it was
Right.
all on the back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Girl, I had my first event March 14th, 2020. We noticed it March 14th. Remember that date?
Right.
My big event, my first one. Hey, got all these vendors. It was a business development thing. It was all these. I had my t-shirts. We told our story about the t-shirts. Me and my kids was in the line with all of our different little statements, because now we was doing different statements. The kids was making
Right.
statements, and
Beautiful.
girl, the event was over with. We went home, and the news said the country is closed down effective March 15th, 2020, due to COVID, the pandemic. We are in a pandemic. What the HELL, right? And I had me a little shop at the flea market and stuff, so I wasn't worried about, girl, at a flea market, I was about to kill it with them shirts, okay?
Right.
Girl, my kids had kept telling me, "Ma, create a logo." And I'm like, no, this is not about no clothing brand. This is about messages and getting my motivational message out.
Mm-hmm.
And honey, I had to make a logo. So that was March 15th. On March 20th, because I was getting up every day trying to figure out something. March 20th, 2020, I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I always work at 4 o'clock in the morning. That's why when you called, I was down. That's my nap time. But I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I was working, and I was on. Girl, I made my logo by myself. I was on the Cricut digital app thing that you make design
Mm-hmm.
app, and I use fonts. I wish I could show you the first logo. I'll send it to you so you can see it. It was just cursive writing,
Mm-hmm.
type high, right?
Right.
It
Mm-hmm.
was beautiful. It took me hours, and I put an arrow in the middle to make it go up. It took me
Wow.
from 4 in the morning. By 9 a.m., I had the logo made just to write some words, right? And it was cute. And I had some outfit from City Trends, girl, that I couldn't fit, and it was rose pink jogger pants and a white shirt, plain. And
Mm-hmm.
Evidently, I had this rose pink ink, and I was a crafter, and I don't know why I had ink. I don't even remember why, but I didn't have no vinyl for sure. I only had ink,
Right.
and I pressed the logo on the clothes. I had white and pink. I don't know why I did, but I put the pink, the rose pink on a white shirt, and I put the white on a rose pink pink.
Yes.
That on Facebook that day, and it went crazy. It went
What?
crazy. People was like, "Oh, I want one! I want one! I want one! I want one!" So then the pandemic was there, and people couldn't buy clothes. So I'm literally making people birthday outfits and stuff with just this word, vibe high. They wanted in different colors, and it was just leggings and girl. And guess what? I was going to freaking Walmart because Walmart was the only place you can get stuff from. And I
Mhm.
was going to Walmart buying their leggings and their shirts and putting that on there, going to our, the hood stores, the $5 t-shirts, girl.
Right.
On the put the logos on there, and people was eating it up. They was eating it up.
That's
And
amazing.
I ended up opening up a store in the outlet mall. And what made me get all of this and take it up a notch is because I don't sell anything different. I sell t-shirts, sweatsuits, hoodies. I sell leather. That's the only different thing that I may sell from everybody else that's selling clothes.
Right.
But when tourists was coming in, because I was in the Niagara Falls outlet mall, that's a tourist mall, and when they
Mhm.
was coming, they would say, "Well, what is Vibe High?" Because I was in front of the Nike store. Nike is my competition. Phil Knight, just letting you know. So I was in front of, coincidentally, I was in front of the Nike store, but that was where my store was. I was like, okay, God, okay, okay, I got Nike, right?
Yes.
So I
Yes.
thought I was cold blooded, but girls, so they would say, "What is Vibe High? What is that?" They thought it was about marijuana and stuff, and I was like, "Well, it's a message to know yourself, accept yourself, and be the best version
Right.
of yourself." And they'd
Right.
be like, "Oh, give me, please, let me give me one. Give my daughter one too, please. You got this color, that color," and they loved it. And then, girl, cancer patients, people that was at the cancer hospitals will call me. I need shirts because I'm going to get my chemo, and when I wear the Vibe High shirt, I feel good. People
Oh,
started
wow.
stuff because it was making them feel good. You
That's
understand?
beautiful. Yes. Yes.
So
Yes. Yes.
that's why I
I
had that
love that.
here. I wanted people to know the story behind the brand. So when you wear a Vibe Pie, you know that you're sending a message that I can be the best version of myself. I know myself and I accept myself and I'm being the best version of myself. Yes.
Absolutely. And I love that. Thank you for sharing with me.
Oh no.
Thank you.
I mean,
Listen, I had to take a picture behind the scene where, my sister not here, she in school. So I just take a picture real quick while he's on the computer. Listen, I'm just keeping it real.
look, no problem.
Demeca, thank you. Thank you so much for
No
coming
problem.
through. I really appreciate you. Yes.
I
So tell
appreciate it.
everybody where they can find you, where they can follow you, and how they can get with you if they need to.
So follow me literally on any platform, Miss Vibe High. So MSVIBEHIGH and the Vibe High Experience. That is the THEVIBEHIGH experience underscore on Instagram. So literally that's me everywhere. And if you can't remember, just Google me, the Vibe by Experience or Demeca Evans, and all of my stuff will come up also. But yes, please stay tapped in. I'm trying to be a part of changing the world, girl. So with this message,
Yes.
so stay tapped into me. I appreciate you. I appreciate your audience for having me, and thank you so
Yes.
much.
Thank you. And guys, we're here today. Let's talk about it. Keep subscribing, y'all. Keep commenting. Keep all the feedback coming. We appreciate y'all. Y'all know we down in what episode is this? 420.
Ooh,
420. Today is 420.
yes, girl.
So we're almost there, but I want to say thank you so much to everybody who's been holding it down with me. And guys, we'll talk soon. Let's talk about it.